Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
जय
Hare
श्री
Krishna,
कृष्ण चैतन्य
Hare
प्रभु
Ram,
नित्यानंद श्री
Ram,
अद्वैत
Hare Hare,
गदाधर
Hare
श्रीवासादि
Krishna,
गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is a Friday, 6th of December. It is Keshava Masa or Margasesha Masa, Sukla Paksham and Sasti Tithi. So there is one event today, that is Vodana Sasti or Subramanya Sasti. So that is from the ISKCON calendar. So, so today, Vodana Sasti, there is a event and also installation of Sri Sri Radha Landaneshwara in the Sofa temple. So 55 years ago in 1969. So now it is the 55 years of today's anniversary installation. So today there is going to be very jubilant festival. So sprinkling of all these rose flowers, different kinds of flowers, filling the temple room with all the flowers. So that festival is there today. And also another event is the from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Pundareka Vidyanidhi initiated Gadadhara Pandita for the second time. And on the day of Vodana Festi, he saw the festival. This should be given to Lord Jagannatha. That covering is directly purchased from everyone. According to the Archana Marga, a cloth should first be washed to remove all the starch and then it can be used to cover the Lord. Pundarika Vidyanidhi saw that the priest neglected to wash the cloth before covering Lord Jagannatha. Since he wanted to find some fault in the devotees, he became indignant. So that is Gadadhara Pandite Tekno Punah Mantra Dila Warden Sastira Dine Yatra Ye Dekila. So some festival he has observed on that particular time as well. Okay, that is the word NFST. So there are much further information going more detail into it, but I'm not sharing those things. Okay, that is from the events perspective. So we shall quickly move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Lord Brahma, so he has been asking so many questions. The questions, so saying that initially he glorified the Lord that, oh my dear Lord, you know everything about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, my dear Lord, you know everything is in the heart of all the living entities. And then after saying that, you know what is in my heart. So, so kindly please fulfill my desires. And he has put the four questions, the four different questions to the Lord. One is how the Lord is existing in in his transcendental form in the spiritual world and also in the mundane world when he accepts the incarnations. And then number two, second question is about the different number of energies of the Lord, different energies of the Lord, how they act. And then number three, how the Lord performs his different pastimes, how he creates, how he maintains, how he annihilates, and he carries out his pastimes in this material world and in the spiritual world as well. So that is the third question. And also fourth question is, please explain all these things to me in such a way that I would not be bewildered. I would not be getting any pride or madness because of the relationship with yourself. And I just wanted to be just like act as an instrument. Likewise, Brahma has asked a few questions. So his questions Bhagavan Sarvabhutanam Adhyaksho Avasito Guham Vedahi Apritruddhena Pradhanena Chikishitam. So glorifying the Lord, and then he asked the questions. Tatapi natamanasya natanatayanaatitam paravar yatarupe janiyam te tvarupinaha. Para avare yatarupe janiyam te tvarupinaha. How you exist in your transcendental form in the spiritual world, and also when you take the forms in the material world. That is the first question. And then Nana Sekti Upabrahmitam. Yata Atma Maya Yogena Nana Sekti Upabrahmitam Vilumpan Vishajan Gruhnan Bibrad Atmana. That is the second question. Different energies. Nana Sekti Upabrahmitam. And then third question is Kridasi Amoga Sankalpa Urunabhi Yetonute Tata Tad Vishyam Dehi Manisham Mai Madhava. How you carry out your activities. You just like act as the spider for the creation, maintenance, and annihilation. I wanted to know scientifically. So please explain those to me. Kridasi Amoga Sankalpa. So that is the third question. And fourth question is Bhagavad Chikishitam Aham Karavanihi Atinditaha Nehamanaha Prajasargam Badhyayam Yadanugraha. So na Ihamanaha Prajasargam Badhyayam. Whenever I create this secondary creation, I should not be entangled here. Yadanugraha by your mercy. In such a way, यावत् सका सख्युः इवेशते कृतः प्रजाविसर्गे विविधामि भोजनम् अविक्लवस्ते परिकर्मणि स्थितो मामे समुन्नद्धम् अधोजमानिनः. So aviklavaste parikarmani sthito. So I should not be perturbed whenever I am executing my duties. Mame samunnadham adojamaninah. Mada is means madness. I should not be getting any mad because of your association, and I should not want it to be uh, getting pride like that. So likewise, Brahma, he has put 4 questions. I just wanted to be just like a Atindritaha, just an instrument only. So he has put 4 questions and he stopped inquiring from the Lord. Now the Lord is responding to Brahma. So today the Lord is saying to the Brahma that, oh Brahma, my dear devotee, so all the knowledge, the transcendental knowledge, which is very confidential, which is scientific, and which is the devotional service, and also all the related paraphernalia for that one. I'm going to explain this to you. Please take it. So likewise, the Lord is saying, you take it very carefully. So this is the 2 verses our Lord is speaking now. Later on, that is today is Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday onwards, the 4th Chatushlokis Bhagavata are going to be, Lord is going to speak. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, chapter 9, verse number 31. This next from today onwards, the next 7 verses or 7 couple of days. These are very important. These are the seed of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Jnanam Paramaguhyam me Yad Vijnana Samanvitam Sarahasyam Tadangam Cha Gruhana Gaditam Maya Jnanam Paramaguhyam me. So the Lord is saying, Shri Bhagavan Vacha, Jnanam Paramaguhyame, all the knowledge acquired, the Jnanam Paramaguhyam, it is extremely confidential. Me, about me, Jnanam Paramaguhyame, Yad Vijnana Samanvitam, so which is Vijnana is a realization. Scientifically, one can realize this one. Vijnana Samanvitam and coordinated. All about the knowledge about me, it is scientifically realized and coordinated. Samanvitam. Sarahasyam tadangam cha. Sarahasyam with devotional service. Again, rahasi, it is also another meaning for confidentiality or a secret. Sarahasyam, that is the devotional service with devotional service. Tadangam cha, of that, all the necessary paraphernalia. These are all the supplementary knowledge. Tadangam cha, gruhana gaditamaya. Just try to take up gaditamaya, and gaditam is explained maya by me. I'm going to explain. You take it very carefully. Likewise, Lord is saying to Brahma. Jnanam paramaguhyame yed vijnana samanvitam sa rahasyam tadangam cha gruhana gaditam maya. So it is easy to by heart this verse as well, and to learn. Okay, translation for this verse. The personality of Godhead said, knowledge about me as described in the scriptures is very confidential, and it has to be realized in conjunction with devotional service. The necessary paraphernalia for that process is being explained by me. You may take it up carefully. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can request Sharanya Mataji to read the purport, please?
Hare Krishna. Lord Brahma is the topmost devotee of the Lord within the universe, and therefore the personality of Godhead replied to his four principal inquiries in four important statements, which are known as the original Bhagavatam in four verses. There were Brahma's questions. First, number one, what are the forms of the Lord, both in matter and in transcendence? Number two, how are the different energies of the Lord working? Number three, how does the Lord play with his different energies? Number four, how may Brahma be instructed to discharge the duty entrusted to him? The, the, pre, the prelude to the answer in this verse under the discussion, where the Lord informs Brahma that knowledge of him, the supreme absolute truth, and it is stated in the revealed scriptures, is very subtle and cannot be understood unless one is self-realized by the grace of the Lord. The Lord says that Brahma may take the answers as he explains them. This means that transcendental knowledge of the absolute supreme being can be known if it is made known by the Lord himself. By the mental speculation of the greatest mundane thinkers, and the absolute truth cannot be understood. The mental speculators can reach up to the standard of impersonal Brahman realization, but factually, complete knowledge of transcendence is beyond the knowledge of impersonal Brahman. Thus, it is called con- supreme confidential wisdom. Out of many liberated souls, someone may be qualified to know the personality of Godhead. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that the Lord himself, that out of many hundreds of thousands people, one may try for the perfection human life. And out of many liberated souls, one may know him as he is. Therefore, the knowledge of the personality of Godhead may be attained by devotional service only. Rahasyam means devotional service. Lord Krishna instructed Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita because he found Arjuna to be a devotee and friend. Without such qualification, one cannot enter into the mystery of the Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, one cannot understand the personality of Godhead unless one become a devotee and discharge devotional service. The mystery is love of Godhead. Therein lies the main qualification for knowing the mystery of the personality of Godhead. And to attain the stage of transcendental love of Godhead, regulative principles of devotional service must be followed. The regulative principles are known as Vidhi Bhakti, or devotional service of the Lord, and they can be practically practiced by a neophyte with his present senses. Such regulative principles are mainly based on hearing and chanting of the glories of the Lord, and such hearing and chanting of the glories of the Lord can be made possible in association of devotees only. Lord Chaitanya therefore recommended 5 main principles for attaining perfection in devotional service of the Lord. The first is association with the devotees, hearing. Second is chanting the glories of the Lord. Third, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the pure devotee. Fourth, residing in a holy place connected with the Lord. And fifth, worshiping the deity of the Lord with devotion. Such rules and regulations are parts of devotional service. So, as requested by Lord Brahma, the personality of Godhead will explain all about the 4 questions put forward by Brahma and others also, which are parts and parcel of the same questions. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you so much, Mataji. So here Prabhupada is summarizing the Brahma's questions into four of them. So Brahma is the topmost devotee of the Lord within the universe, and therefore the personality of Godhead replied to his four principal inquiries in four statements. That is the Chatushloki Bhagavata. So Brahma questions are summarized. What are the forms of the Lord, both in the matter and in transcendence? How are the different energies of the Lord working? How does the Lord play with different energies? How may Brahma be instructed to discharge the duty entrusted to him? These are the four questions. So here Prabhupada is giving the brief information about it, prelude to the answers. So later on, the Lord is going to give those four verses. They are the seed verses of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So just like that, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord spoke mat sarvam mat, what is that? So aham sarvasya prabho mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. And then मच्चित्ता मद्गुणप्राणां बोधयन्त परस्परं कथयन्तश्च मां नित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च तेषां एव अनुकम्पार्थम् अहम् अज्ञानजं तमः नाशयामि आत्मभावस्तु ज्ञानरूपेण भास्वत तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजितां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन माम् उपयान्ति ते. These four verses are called seed of or the Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. And also in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord says that the different knowledge like Guhyat Guhyataram and Guhyataram Guhyatamam. Guhyam Guhyataram Guhyatamam. So three levels of the confidentiality. The Lord spoke those knowledge as well. Ite jnanamakhyatam guhyad guhyataram maya vimrushya etad asheshena etechasi tatakuru. And then he says that sarva guhyatamam bhuyaha shrunime paramam vachaha istosi me dridamiti tato vakshami te hitam. I'm going to speak that knowledge because you are my dear devotee. Because this is supreme instruction. Shuname paramam vachaha. So I'm just saying, istosimi, dudamiti. You are very dear to me. That's why he is speaking to Arjuna. What is that word? You always engage yourself in devotional service unto me. Manmanabha madbhakto madhyadi mam namaskuru mam yevaishasi sattaivam atmanam madparayanaha. And also a similar verse is the Manmanabha madbhakto madhyadi mam namaskuru mam yevaisi satyam te pratijane priyosime. Pratijane priyosime. After that, the Lord says that सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य माम् एकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. So likewise, Lord says that the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So here, Srila Prabhupada is describing about the wherein the Lord informs Brahma that knowledge of him, the supreme absolute truth, as it is stated in the revealed scriptures, is very subtle and cannot be understood unless one is self-realized by the grace of the Lord. So this is when there is a grace, means one has to be a devotee. One should be acting according to the will of the Lord. Then Lord gives all the knowledge. The Lord says that Brahma may take the answers as he explains them. So this is the Gruhana Gaditamaya. Take it very carefully. This means that the transcendental knowledge of the absolute supreme being can be known if it is made known by the Lord himself. When we are engaging, Sevon Mukehi Jihwada Swayameva Spuratyadaha. So only Lord only can reveal about himself. Swayameva Spuratyadaha. But what we need to do is the Sevon Mukehi Jihwada. Engage all our senses. Engage all the senses in the devotional service of the Lord. So, by the mental speculation of the greatest mundane thinkers, the absolute truth cannot be understood. So people, there are so many prasangas are given by many people. They're sitting and then they take one thing and give different kinds of explanations, but we do not know what is the essence of their explanation. That is the mundane thinkers that cannot be understood. The mental speculators can reach up to the standard of impersonal Brahman realization. But factually, complete knowledge of transcendence beyond the knowledge of impersonal Brahman. Beyond the knowledge of impersonal Brahman. That is, thus it is called supreme confidential wisdom. In one way, whatever we see, that we have got all variegatedness in the material world. We see, and many people are carrying out their activities. It is called the perverted reflection. But actually, Krishna says, Buddhamolam adashakam ashwadham rahuravyayam chandam sesya parnani yastam veda saveda ved. But all these activities are going, actually, it should be by the Vedic injunctions. But people, they are disconnected from the Veda. They are just acting like the illusion energy of the Lord, trying to gratify their senses, keeping us and forgetting the Lord Himself, forgetting the Lord, and then they are carrying out their sense gratificatory things. That's why they do not have anything. And then people to bring the all such kind of conditions at least to the Brahman, and so we have got Vedas. Vedas are inclusive of all the karma kanda, many of those things. If you do this pious activity, you would get this result. And finally, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Moksha is until it will take us to the impersonal Brahman. Of course, some the living entities come here to fulfill their desires, but their desires cannot be fulfilled because they keep on coming. Just like so many rivers are entering into the ocean, likewise they keep on coming. But a person who is situated in the steady state of the knowledge, transcendental knowledge, he will not be disturbed. But here, uh, impersonal Brahman is the only first level. That is the supreme confidential wisdom. Out of many liberated souls, someone may be qualified to know the personality of Godhead. It is going to be further. Next level is the Paramatma realization. And the Lord is existing in the heart of all the living entities. That is the second level. One is Brahmeti Paramatmeti. That is second level. And then Bhagavan iti Bhyate. The third level is understand the supreme personality of Godhead. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is also said by the Lord Himself that out of many hundreds and thousands of people, one may try for the perfection in the human life, and out of many liberated souls, one may know Him as He is. Manusyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatataamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvataha. Very few, they will understand tattvataha. So likewise, बहुजन्म विपक्वेन सम्यग् योग समाधिना द्रष्टुम यतन्ते यतयः शून्यागारेषु यत्पदम् बहुनां जन्मनामन्ते ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते वासुदेव सर्वमिति स महात्मा सुदुर्लभः. See, once we see, though that physically devotees wake up early in the morning and carrying out a devotional service, but their life is always in a jubilation, and always their happiness in the always rejuvenating. Though material uncomforts, they do not stop their happiness. That is one side. But whereas other side, the mundane people trying to fulfill those desires and then suffer. Suffer in the sense they are not, their desires are not satiated. Keep on trying to fulfill. To fulfill that, working hard. Likewise. And therefore, the knowledge of the personality of Godhead may be attained by devotional service only. Engaging the, this is called Krushike. Hrishikeन Hrishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. This is called Bhakti. When we engage all our senses in the Hrishikesha, in the service of Hrishikesha, that is called Bhakti. And then Rahasyam means devotional service. So though many people think that what is the secret? But it is the open secret only. Krishna openly says that only Bhaktyamam Abhijanati Yavana Shashmi Tatpataha. So but people do not understand because this is just like everyone knows that honey is sweet, but very few people who knows it, that honey is inside the bottle, they understand, oh, it is honey, I know it is sweet, but they do not come and eat it or take it or lick it. But only devotees, they take it, they relish it. So Lord Krishna instructed Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita because he found Arjuna to be a devotee and friend. Istosimi, Sakacheti. So that is Lord, that's why Lord is instructing to Arjuna. Arjuna is very dear to the Lord because he always follows the Lord's instructions. Shishyasteham, Shadimam Tvam Prapannam. And without this, so again, when people are coming together and discussing, there are two kinds of discussions. One is Jalpa or Vitanda. Vitanda is just only for the sake of winning the arguments. One speaks so many other things. That is called Vitandavada. And people speak based on the factual facts and also scriptural injunctions. That is Jalpa. So likewise, there are many other things are there. We need to here Arjuna simply they are not discussing, they are not time passing there. They are speaking from the scriptural point of view only. So Krishna brings all the scriptural injunctions as a summary, as a cream, giving to Arjuna. Sarvopanishado gavo dogda gopalanandanaha. So here, Padavachha dugdham Gitamritam mahan. And just like he gave me Arjuna, he is extracting all the cream of Vedas and giving. But many other people are relishing that one. Gita Amrutam Mahat. And here, unless one becomes devotee and discharges devotional service, he cannot understand. So this mystery is love of Godhead. This mystery is love of Godhead. This is just like a mother and child. When mother is rendering, mother loves the child very much. So likewise, when we engage in the devotional service to the Lord, we like the Lord very much. And as we like it, that is eternal. But mother love to the child, it is material. That we see the highest love here. Because mother is having attachment to the child. If her desire is still attached, even when she is leaving her body, she will come back and take a birth in the as a daughter of that is his child or a granddaughter of his child, like that. That becomes birth and death entanglement. Whereas the love towards Krishna, we directly go back to Krishna. His body, his abode, everything is eternal. We don't take birth again. That is the difference between the mother love and the love towards Krishna, love of Godhead. So therein lies the main qualification for knowing the mystery of the personality of Godhead. So that through the devotional service, one can enter into Praveshtum cha Parantapa, Vishiteta Dhanantaram. So all those pastimes, confidential pastimes. And to attain that stage of transcendent love of Godhead, regulative principles of devotional service must be followed. This is the Vidhi Bhakti. So these regulative principles are called Vidhi Bhakti or the devotional service of the Lord under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. And they can be practiced by a neophyte with his present senses. And so neophytes means who doesn't know those secrets and who has not got engagement in the devotional service. They will be engaged by looking at other people are going to the temple. Some are very deeply chanting, sincerely chanting. So likewise, gradually they will learn. But initially is coming to the temple and going out, take the prasadam and go. That is the neophyte stage. But that is also needs to be uh, gradually maintained. At least they will have little bit of association with the devotees. And such regulative principles are mainly based on hearing and the chanting of the glories of the Lord. So these are the so when we go to the temple, we have to respect some kind of senior devotees. Mahatam Bahumanena Dinanam Anukampaya Maitracha Evatmatulyeshu Yemena Nemena Cha. Make friendship with the equivalent conscious devotees and who are less or neophytes, compassionate towards them, and then senior devotees or give so much mahatam bahumanena, give so much of respect so that you will be benefited. So likewise, Kapil Bhagavan also explains while you are executing the devotional service. And such hearing and chanting of the glories of the Lord can be made possible in the association of the devotees only. This is Adhyatmik Anushravanat Nama Sankirtanachami Arjavena Arya Sangena Nirham Kriya Tada. All the time. Arjavena Arya Sangena. This devotee Sangha is called Arya Sangha. Satam Prasangan Mama Viri Samvido Bhavanti Rutkana Rasayana Kataha. Tadjhoshinadas Pavargavatmini Shraddha Ratihi Bhakti Anukramishyati. Very beautifully explaining here all the summary. This is the prelude discussion here. So Lord Chaitanya therefore recommended five main principles for attaining perfection in the devotional service of the Lord. The first is the association with the devotees. This is the Arya Sangha. The devotees is the Satam Prasangan Mama Veer Samvido. Devotees association. Second is the chanting of the glories of the Lord. Third is hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the pure devotee of the Lord. So again, we do not hear from the Avaishnava Mukhavudghenam Potam Harikatamrutam. What happens? Shravanam na kartavyam sarpochistam yadapayaha. Just like we do not hear from anything who is not a devotee of Krishna. It is a snake touching the nectar. It will turn into the poison. So immediately there is a spiritual death. Spiritual life. There is no more spiritual life. Going through so many mental speculations. Many people are like that. And fourth is the residing in a holy place connected with the Lord. And fifth is the worshipping the deity of the Lord with the devotion. Madhyashna darshana sparsha puja suti abhivandanaihi satvena madbhavanaya bhuteshu madbhavanaya satvena asangamena cha. So likewise, always compassionate to all the living entities. Vidya vinay sampanne brahmane kavihastini shuni chave supake cha panditaha samadarshinaha. Panditaha Samadarshina. When he is with equipoised mind towards all the living entities, engage in himself into the devotional service. At the same time, hearing pastimes of the Lord. So such rules and regulations are part of the devotional service. So as requested by Lord Brahma, the personality of Godhead will explain all about four questions put forward by Brahma and others also which are part and parcels of the same questions. There are many questions are coming, but these are the four primary things. It would answer many of thousands of questions. Okay, likewise, Prabhupada here is explaining. So that is Jnanam Paramaguhyam me yad Vijnan Samanvitam sa rahatyam tadangam cha gruhan gaditam maya. So, O Brahma, I'm going to give all this confidential knowledge. Please take this very carefully. Likewise, Lord is saying that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, so we shall move into Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is letter to Jadurani, May 26, 1970, Los Angeles. Can I request another devotee to take a turn to read this letter? It's a small letter only. Any unallocated devotees, please? Or Sharanya Mataji, you can go ahead.
May I read, Ravi?
Yes, sure, Mataji.
My dear children, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated mail regarding paintings for the Krishna book. We have now received the full set of paintings for the first volume of Krishna book, and they are all very, very excellent. So your art department is doing very nicely, and surely the production will improve even more by the grace of Krishna. You are all being inspired just how to portray the Lord and his associates for the devotees' eyes. So everyone who sees to these transcendental pictures will turn to become devotees. That is our aim. Yes, when Krishna and Balaram were students of Sandipani Muni, they may be shown with shaved head and shikhas, quantities, etc., just like our brahmacharis. The personified Vedas are just like great sages in appearance. Some of them may be looking like Vyasadeva, Valmiki, Narada, etc. Some of them are older and some of them are younger. Some of them have full hair like Vyas because they are householders and others are brahmacharis. But they are all great souls, highly elevated in transcendental science or Paramhansas. So, as you suggest, this picture will be needed full needed for illustrating the long portion of text describing their prayers to Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. This is very important chapter, and if possible, it should also be very appropriately illustrated. So you are very able to choose out suitable subject matter for the pictures, then execute them carefully for Krishna's satisfaction. If you are requiring any other information like this, please write your inquiries to me and I shall be glad to give you the proper direction. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever available Shri Siddhant Swami, Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Hare. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji?
Uh, Here that all about the pictures. When that the first one is Krishna books Prabhupada was to printed the picture paintings. So the picture is more important when when Prabhupada's old books, even that every book have a picture, and then if we want to say, if we want to attract somebody, then they can see the pictures and then they can become a devotee. This is our main aim. So then Prabhupada is very like when Krishna and Balram go to Sandipani Muni and then they have a saved head and this is the picture and then they attract the because they are going to study or something and that they are brahmachari. So like in our Krishna consciousness also says we are wearing have a brahmachari they with shaved head on sikhas. So this is the main purpose about that how the paintings attract the people and they want to know they get curious about that about pictures and become a Krishna consciousness. So I got that problem. You can say more about this too. Like this.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Nicely explained. Any other comments, dear devotees, you wanted to add to this letter? Rinya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, this is a very nice letter to Jagarani Mataji, and the contribution Mataji has made to the society is like uh, unimaginable, like unforgettable. How nicely Mataji drew and the pictures and how we are able to release that pictures is because it all depicts the devotion of Mataji's and the effort Mataji was putting and the love Mataji has for Krishna and the service attitude for Srila Prabhupada. And in Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita also explained like how Mataji was struggling in the first time early morning, how she traveled a lot, about 2 hours to reach to to hear Srila Prabhupada's lecture. She used to come early mornings, and then Mataji asked for initiation. So all that things are explained in Lilamrita. So Mataji was the only lady or only female attending the morning programs and the sessions of Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada was also mentioning like in the beginning Mataji was like uh, um, a starter, and she was also doing a little bit like normal pictures, and but gradually as Krishna empowered Mataji, and Mataji was doing wonderful works, and Prabhupada was very much pleased with the works of Mataji. And this is like how much effort Mataji was making. She was thinking in every angle, and whatever she was doing, she want that to be in 100% like in a proper standard, and it has to be come out with complete perfection. So Mataji was asking all the doubts, like when Krishna was going to the ashrama, she was thinking how Krishna should be at that time. So she was connecting like it should be like Brahmajati students and shaved head. And in the Krishna book, that it's a very big chapter that the prayers offered by Krishna to the by Vedas to the Garbhodakshai Vishnu. It's a very big chapter, and it's very important. Prabhupada was mentioning like how Vedas are offering the prayers, and Mataji was wanted to know how the Vedas look, because that part need a picture like that. Mataji felt, and Mataji was asking, and Prabhupada was like, it can be like Valmiki or Narada, and some of them are younger, older, like that. Prabhupada was giving instructions, and Prabhupada was mentioning, so now you are able to choose out suitable subject matters for the picture. So early Prabhupada used to guide them like we need a picture for these, like these. Then later Krishna, they are empowered and they are experienced and they are able to decide like from that is what completely independent they are, and they are able to. So this is their development roles. And Prabhupada was very much pleased, and Prabhupada was saying her that I shall be glad to give you more proper instruction direction if you want to know like these. Prabhupada was also happy that devotees are making all their giving their life and soul for the service they are allocated. So yes, mother, yes, Prabhu, that's all. The, the very wonderful devotees and her services, how she's engaged. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Nicely explained about Mataji, Jadurani Mataji. She does pictures very beautifully. And also in the Srimad Bhagavatam, whenever in the based on the context, the pictures are depicting here. So beautiful, very, and Garbhodak Sai Vishnu and sitting, I mean, lying on the Adishesha in a universe. And then, yeah, very beautiful descriptions are there. We just only if we just giving the pictures, then everyone will become devotees of the Lord. Everyone will come into the Krishna consciousness because these are depicting each picture, and this is the reference, and the bottom of the picture, this is the reference. Everyone will come to Krishna consciousness. This is Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu's descriptions and Brahma's praise. His descriptions are given in the 8th chapter of 3rd canto. Mrunala Gaurayata Shesha Bhoga Paryankekam Purusham Sayanam Hanad Patnayata Mudhratna Jubihi Atadhanta Yuganta Toye Preksham Haritoho Palata Preksham Palad. So those things or the descriptions are given, one can relish it, this beauty of Garbhodak Sai Vishnu. Of course, we did that one in the, I think last year or before a year, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu's. We are reciting Bhagavad Gita and many things, but we are not reciting Bhagavatam frequently. Maybe devotees can answer or give any suggestions for it. But we are just going through one shloka only one a day, but not reciting on a regular weekly basis once. Any suggestions, any comments from the devotees?
Uh, yeah, probably this is like so many slokas, so then maybe we can only recite the every prayers every week. Then it should be nice, like a Kunti prayer, Bhishma Stuti, maybe. Then we can be familiar with the verses.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So every week means maybe on Saturday some or Sunday, something like that, you mean?
Maybe yes, Prabhu, yes. Every Stuti, everything like Kunti Stuti, Bhishma Stuti, then we can become like more familiar about this verses. So this is more important, and that yeah, Chaturshloka Bhagavat also.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. So yeah, we'll contemplate on that one.
You
Thank
can,
you so much,
yeah, you
Mataji.
can, yeah, other devotees, but this is, I was thinking, Professor, maybe that we can be familiar with the Stuti, and like, yeah, when Uttara was saying also that Stuti from Krishna. That is my suggestion, Professor. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. Thank you. Any other comments? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so today, Friday, no events today evening. And tomorrow, Saturday, we continue with Vaikuntha description. And tomorrow evening, Chaitanya Charitamrita, we are starting the first chapter. So we haven't got any guest speakers now. We are doing by ourselves today. Okay, that is from the announcements point of view. And the devotees, if you have got any other updates or you wanted to share anything, kindly share. Otherwise, we shall conclude and continue with further chapter. Okay. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय
Hare
Have a Krishna conscious day everyone.